Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I got something really cool here today. This is the Emax EZ Pilot. The whole idea behind this kit here is to get somebody into and comfortable with the idea of flying first-person view. This is a small brushed drone, much like the Tiny Hawk, but just with brush motors. And I have this for my 6-year-old daughter. She has flown a few little drones, never FPV. And I thought this would be a great way to get her going into the hobby. So let's take a look and see what's inside. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it that way. Like I said, this is for my daughter. I'll let her tell you what's inside of this thing.
Emax EZ Pilot. Freaking stickers. Drone. Wings. Screwdriver. Screws. Battery. Charger. Motor control. Goggles. Antenna. Battery pack for goggles. Charger cord.
Oh, it's got a battery. Yeah.
It's white. It's light and it's white and it's red and it's black. Camera.
All right, how do they feel now that they're adjusted?
Better.
Better?
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah, they kind of like that. We'll put the battery on the back. It'll feel better. All right, how's the controller feel?
Good enough.
Good enough? How do the sticks feel?
Crunchy.
They feel crunchy?
Good.
They feel good and crunchy?
Uh-huh.
Is that a good thing?
Huh? I like crunchy things.
Is it too big for your hands or just about the right size?
The right size.
Yeah.
You see?
Oh, that looks about perfect.
All right, so as you see, she knocked it out of the park. She's gonna have her own YouTube channel one of these days, unfortunately. So anyways, yep, you got a drone, some battery, some propellers, a charger, extra screws, some stickers. You have the controller, goggles, an antenna, a couple cables, and a battery. Let's get this thing out of the way. All right, so pretty complete kit. This is everything you need to get going. You do have to charge everything. This battery pack is just an 18650 holder. It comes with an 18650 cell. You can charge through the side here with a USB cable, or you can just charge the cell yourself if you have a 18650 charger. The controller also has an 18650 pack in it, except for it's held in there by a screw, so it's not very convenient to open and close this thing to take the battery out, but it does charge, again, through a USB port. None of the stuff comes pre-charged. Same thing with the battery that comes in the drone, which is one of these. It comes pre-installed in the craft itself to get around post office shipping rules and all that and whatnot. But it is just a regular brush quad. Although it's brushed, it's built really, really well. It's about the same weight as a regular Tiny Hawk. No turtle mode. Has an FPV camera. Canopy is very well constructed. It's the same sort of material as the Tiny Hawk. Now, the way this is supposed to work is it has 3 different modes. You have, on your controller, you have your arm modes. That's like we would normally expect. But on this side, you have your skill mode. So all the way forward is beginner mode. So what that does is it enables altitude hold. This stick doesn't do anything until you get all the way to the top. Then it lifts off and increases altitude. Anywhere in between top and bottom does nothing. All the way down decreases altitude. So it's very easy to change altitude just by bumping up or bumping down. And anything in between doesn't do anything. Yaw in this mode is disabled, doesn't do anything. What this stick does is you have your pitch forward and backwards, and then when you roll, it does a coordinated yaw and roll turn. Now, this will build bad habits, but it will get whoever is operating this comfortable with flying through the goggles and keeping that forward momentum, that forward path of travel to be able to see what they have going on around them. It works really, really well, and it's very easy to fly. And as you can see in the background here, as you can see, this is my daughter flying this thing around. She's only had like 2 packs through it, and she's already flying it through gates. It's pretty amazing, the progression. The next mode is the intermediate mode. Still altitude control, except for now you have yaw, pitch, and roll like you would normally have on a normal quad. Advanced mode is basically turns this thing into a tiny hawk in angle mode. Normal altitude control here, so it's not an auto hold of altitude. So you got your normal throttle, yaw, pitch, and roll. So it turns it basically into a normal quad. No turtle mode, no OSD. Two kind of big drawbacks to it. You don't know the battery's dead until basically it doesn't fly anymore. But that is kind of hard on the lipos. But then again, this is a beginner quad, so they're trying to keep things very, very simple and at a price point that makes this kit extremely affordable. The goggles come with one of these antennas. They work. I would recommend getting yourself a nice set of antennas for both sides. The picture quality in the goggles, when I first put them on, it hurt my eyes. I didn't really like it, but then I found the sliders on the side and I pulled that Fresnel lens all the way back. And I have to say, I'm glad I didn't start with a set of goggles like this because I'd probably still be using them. These things are really, really good. For what you pay for the kit, it's a no-brainer. These things are so good. So good for especially a beginner set of goggles. Now, I really wish Emax would sell this whole kit like they do. And I do wish they would just sell the drone itself and not the controller and the goggles. Maybe down the road they will, but I kind of doubt it. I see them just selling this as a prepackaged deal. There is no Betaflight connection, at least not none that I've found. It transmits on normal 5.8 gigahertz, so you can use your Fat Sharks to fly, record your DVR, all that stuff. But for what it is, the intention is a beginner quad. It's very simple. You're supposed to fly this, get decent at it, and then move on. Sell it to somebody else, give it to somebody else, and then move on to a more traditional quad like the Tiny Hawk 2, Mobula 6, or heck, even bigger drones, outdoor drones. But that's kind of Emax's philosophy. Start here, go to the Tiny Hawk, go to the Tiny Hawk 2 race or the Tiny Hawk freestyle, and then once you master those, then you can move up into the world of 5-inch race quads. Emax is doing really good at what they do. This is an incredible set. If you have a youngin' or you're trying to get your wife into it and they're a little intimidated by it, and you want to get them something to get their feet wet and get them in the door of flying FPV, this gets 2 big thumbs up. I am 100% satisfied and happy with this kit. I highly recommend trying it out. Skip the Interceptor. The Interceptor is the car. It's kind of all this stuff. The car is fun for about 30 minutes, and then who cares? Best part about this stuff is, like my daughter's Fayutech truck. I'll put a link to the review up there. I just slapped it all on one camera on there, and now she's got her own goggles to go drive that thing around the yard, and she's having a blast doing that too. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this is kind of on a different angle from what I normally review because this is such a beginner set, but we need to keep people coming into this hobby, and this is an excellent way to get them in. If I had this when I first started, my flying progression would have been way ahead of where it is right now. Really enjoyed this kit. Highly recommend it. Check out that product link in the description. It'll help me out. This was sent to me by Banggood for review. These are my opinions and my opinions only. I don't care if it's good or bad or indifferent. I will tell you what I think about it, and I'm telling you, this thing is really good. Highly recommend getting it. Check out my links in the description for radio grips, my Etsy store, Patreon if you want to become one of the awesome Patreon members like these folks here that feel that I deserve their pledge of a couple bucks a month. Head on over there and show me some support. I'd really appreciate it. Check this stuff out in the stores. If you have anything you want to purchase, Get FPV, Amazon, Banggood, check out the links in the video description. Those would greatly help me out. All right, guys. Remember, like, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking us out. And I will see you all next time. And keep on whooping. This stuff is awesome. Bye, guys.
How's it to fly, honey?
Easy now.
Easy.
I just need someone to get it. Oh, that's it.
There you go. You figure out how to go up and down with it. Just don't land on your own head. There you go, and then turn it off right here.